Wizard Games out, you guys.
To the surprise of absolutely no one, the release cycle has been a mess, but there's one part of Wizard game discourse in particular that's just mashed my brain into putty. So if you don't mind, I'm gonna spend a few minutes talking about it. Quick disclaimer, I'm not speaking on behalf of anyone of any groups or communities here, I'm just speaking as myself, as a guy who made a video about this mess a few months back and received a bunch of very arsey comments calling me the real anti-Semite for discussing well-documented anti-Semitic tropes, the intersections of historical racism and folklore, and points other people had made about the way Harry Potter and Hogwarts Legacy seemed to lean into rather than away from them. Incidentally, holy shit, it's so much worse than we knew, so, I'm expecting full retractions from all these guys anytime now. Anyway, disclaimer over. I don't want to talk about any of the bigger issues here, the aforementioned dicey goblin shit, the laughable failure of the game's trans tokenism, or the curious way reviewers list glaring flaw after glaring flaw before slapping on a 9 out of 10 rating. I'll link some stuff on all that below, but there is one minor point in amongst all the Wizard game nonsense that's just baffled me. The way that some game-buying folks who are aware of and seemingly sympathetic to the controversy and criticism around the game seem unable to accept that their actions amount to support for Hogwarts Legacy, and not support for critics of Rowling's transphobia. I'm talking about the people who play or stream the game, but apologetically profess that they're actually on your side, saying, I stand with the trans community, while actively not standing with the trans community. The games journalists sticking a big, we don't support JK Rowling dialogue box in the middle of a massive glowing endorsement doing precisely that. The guys who hear the concern, anger, and critiques expressed by trans voices and say, I totally agree, I'm an ally, I am getting the game, but really, I support you. It's like we're seeing an attempt to redefine what support means, to strip away the idea of helping, aiding, contributing to, and to instead create support as some abstract mental phenomenon divorced entirely from cause and effect, separated from the material world, requiring no action or effort whatsoever. I've seen a good few of these people around, and every time it just wrinkles my brain, man. As far as I can tell, this is what's going on in their minds. For the longest time, being seen as one of the good guys has been easy, so easy, for those with no skin in the game. All you gotta do is not say any slurs in public, and hey presto, your good guy card remains valid. I think some people have become so used to this automatic virtue that they've started to take it for granted, to assume they have a right to the gratitude of minority communities simply because they're not actively damaging them. These people just lived their lives as normal without going out of their way in either direction to help or harm marginalized groups, and got used to this benign indifference constituting, ally status. These people see themselves as separate from trans people, from the trans issues. Trans issues are political, and their everyday life isn't political. They're used to their choices being good by default, so when something like Wizard Game crops up, they are shocked and distressed to learn that being the good guy, the ally, isn't something they get for free, a badge of honor granted automatically so long as you don't go on a violent, bigoted rampage, that solidarity isn't something given once, that it must be upheld, and that it's upheld by actions, not merely sentiment. The reason this whole thing is a joke, though, is that the choice which prompted this dilemma isn't even a big ask, not at all. It's ludicrously easy. It's whether or not to buy an overpriced, bugged-out video game. Virtue signaling is a term often bandied about in dumb ways. More often than not, it's used to criticize and shut down people for simply having a stance or an opinion. The thing under fire doesn't tend to be disingenuous signaling, but the idea of virtue itself. It's a cudgel mostly used by the online right for the purposes of lazy moral equivocation. But if there's any actual meaning to the term, surely it's this, right? This doing of a thing, and the accompanying of that action with an attempt to absolve yourself because your real values, your intentions, don't support the thing you did. It's empty, it's insulting, and frankly, it's embarrassing. You get the guys who are like, oh, you libs don't like Wizard Game? Well, I think transphobia is based, so I'm buying 1 million copies. Ha! And like, yeah, they're wankers, but we all know they're wankers. And on some level, they know they're being wankers too. But these guys, the cognitive dissonance squad, they just don't seem to grasp that for maybe the first time in their lives, their actions have consequences, and performative sympathy isn't enough. Sometimes defenses beyond simply, I am supporting the bad thing, but I mean well, are employed, but they're not much cop, really. The common one is that getting Wizard Game is fine so long as you separate the art from the artist, but separating the art and the artist is a mental process. You can do it, sure, but even if you pull it off, the only thing that's changed is the way you understand your relationship with the game. Your decision to separate doesn't ripple outwards, doesn't counteract the inflating of the Harry Potter brand your purchase has contributed to. It doesn't charge back Rowling's royalties, and maybe most importantly, it doesn't alter the way other people perceive the link. I don't care if you tell me you've decided to separate the art from the artist and go on engaging with the Harry Potter world, because to me, to the people who this upsets, that link is as firm, as direct as ever. Alternatively, the stand some game-buying people seem to be taking is along the lines of, I'm concerned about trans issues, but the real problem is legislation, institutions. That's what we should be fighting. This game's a non-issue, really. But there's two problems here. A, even as a guy from outside this community who doesn't necessarily have his finger on the pulse of online trans discourse, I've seen plenty of trans people showing abuse they've received as a direct result of this game, its popularity, and the hateful rhetoric it's catalyzed. It isn't easy to focus on the bigger issues, the real issues, if every time you go online you're dealing with this. And B, if the game isn't such a big deal, why did you buy it in spite of all this? Why are you defending your choice to play it so fervently? Wizard Game seems to exist in a paradox. It's a big enough deal that they need to play it, but too small a deal to justify the unhappiness that playing is causing other people. This isn't about a boycott. I don't think any of the game's critics, of Rowling's critics, thought that the result of the Wizard Game discourse would be a sense of awareness and conviction widespread enough to meaningfully harm the profits of these studios. It isn't about disruption. It isn't about voting with your wallet. It isn't about them. It's about you and what your actions are showing. Whether you value playing a game about wizards for a few days over a meaningful gesture of solidarity. And it is meaningful. Rowling's on record about the fact that she views the wizarding world's continued success as a vindication of her transphobia, and she is a transphobe. For all of those comments I know I'll get saying, show me one time Rowling's actually said something transphobic, look at this. Look at this tweet from a couple of weeks ago. She is directly equating trans people with predators and abusers. Look, I'm not looking to make any moral judgments here, not personally. I'm not saying you're necessarily this or that if you buy it, especially if you're not a very online person. I guess it's conceivable that all this may have passed you by. What I would like to do though is point out a couple of straightforward things that cannot be abstracted or equivocated away. First, if you buy Hogwarts Legacy, if you give glowing praise to Hogwarts Legacy, you are supporting Hogwarts Legacy. It doesn't matter if you were morally conflicted about the choice, or if in your mind you've constructed some sort of explanation for why your actions don't accurately reflect who you are inside. It's the action and the effects of that action that count. Second, if you're buying, playing, supporting Hogwarts Legacy while aware that a lot of trans voices are asking those outside of the community to, consider their actions and not support the game, then you are putting your own desire to play Wizard Game above a targeted community's desire for solidarity. That is what you are choosing to do. It doesn't matter if you think you're actually against Rowling, against transphobia, that you're really still supporting trans folks in spite of your actions, because that gesture of solidarity isn't for you, it's for them. Granted, modern life is complex. Ethical consumption under late capitalism is impossible. But just because pure good is impossible, that doesn't mean that every other option is equally bad. It may be true that there's no way to buy food or clothes without damaging the planet and exploiting workers, but those are necessities. Wizard Game is not. No one has a Rowling-sponsored hitman standing behind them, holding a gun to their head, forcing them to play Wizard Game. And don't say the devs would suffer if you didn't, they've already been paid. Some of them have now come out against the game too. Oh, and there's tens of thousands of other games you haven't bought.
So why don't those devs need support, eh?
No, this is a rarely straightforward choice. It isn't made under duress, and you know the consequences going in. What this all comes down to is the fact that you can't have your virtue cake and eat it too. And it's baffling to me. It's wild to me that so many people are in denial about this. Cheers for watching, and don't forget to call me a woke sanctimonious idiot in the comments. And big thanks as always to all my goated Patreon supporters on screen now, especially Ryan Emily, and special thanks too to Ian the Buff Boy, Meatball, and Jamie Midge.